Nice with Little Spice Girls, coming to you to talk to you about dating over 40 for women only. Well, I mean, I guess it could go with men too, but you guys should listen because this is really important, so you know how to, deal with us. But mostly for women.
See how flustered my face looks because we had a whole green room conversation
about men and love and sex dating and all those
40.
Great things.
Oh my God.
So welcome to our channel. I'm Deanna Michon. I am a self-love coach and motivational speaker, and this is...
I'm Andrea, and as I always say, I am not a self-love coach.
I love when you say that, though. I don't know why.
But I do love myself.
She does.
I love her.
And,
she does. And I think that if everyone loved more, the world would be a better place.
Love heals, y'all. It heals. Wait, can I do that? I don't think I can even. Oh, I can do it. Okay, we're off the hook today. So anyway,
we've been
ladies, cheers to 2022. Which also leads us to cheers to healthy relationship year.
Yes. I feel like and I'm not really into astrology at the same time, but I feel like it being like 2022, I feel like the double twos must mean something.
She don't know nothing about numerology.
I don't know anything, but in my head it means something. We're gonna get double the blessings, double the
I just think that
love,
you know what,
double the peace.
If you're with us right now, you're right where you're supposed to be.
Right.
You are about to learn something great. And so what we want to start off with, or what I want to start off with, is the biggest thing: self-value, self-love.
Right.
Unless these earrings are really annoying me, but it's okay. So unless you really love yourself, unless you really do the healing for yourself to understand how amazing you are, how important you are, how valued you are, and how amazing someone else should be treating you, your relationships are not going to be healthy. So I'm going to give you tip number 1, learn to love yourself. I'm not saying that's an easy thing, and we'll go over some more, we'll have some more videos to teach you how to do that. But I would say the number 1 thing is, the first thing that worked for me.
Okay.
I started talking to myself in the mirror.
Oh, yeah.
Mirror talk.
Yeah.
You are so incredible. You are, I love you so much. I can't believe I've ever done anything to hurt you. You are supposed to have an abundance of love, health, joy, relationship, abundance of everything because you deserve it because there she goes. I can't. So... an abundance of, your children texting you. No. But you have to start talking to yourself. And it feels weird at first. It does. It feels weird. It looks weird. But you guys know what I always say. What is Deanna saying? Life doesn't give you what you want. It only gives you what you think you deserve. Why do you think the woman over there deserves better than you? Why do I think Andrea should deserve better than me? She doesn't. Yeah. We both deserve greatness. We both deserve everything that life has to offer for us. So stop looking at somebody else and envying them. That's another thing. Stop envying people.
Right.
Because honestly, you could see that girl with the nice handbag and the nice car and the beautiful guy and all this stuff, and they're walking along and they're holding hands, but you have no idea what's going on in their house when they get home.
Right.
So stop envying people. That's number 1.
Well, that was actually not number 1. That
was not.
1A.
Whatever.
1B,
that's number 2.
Whatever.
B.
But
Sub. What do you call it? A sub.
I don't know. It's all right.
But no, so if you guys follow Gary Chapman and like love languages, right? So I am words of affirmation. That's my primary in all things. So that's
really. Oh, you're so wonderful. You are so incredible.
Girl, fill my cup.
Woo, girl, you are the best thing ever. You are one of the best women I've ever met. You motivate me to do everything in life.
See that? So words of affirmation and quality time. So tell me I'm great and spend time with me, and you can
I'm with
And
you
you
right
see?
now.
Like, so my love cup is full. But you should do that for yourself also, right? So
Find
like
out what
you
your
said-
love language is.
So like you said, the whole speaking affirmations and affirming words in the mirror is great. But I think one of the other things that ties into that is being true to who you are and being your authentic self. So I know in relationships, I have been in situations where I might have started out as my authentic self, and then
you started changing.
started changing because
we're all guilty.
The situation, because of maybe how they received it. Maybe all of a sudden they started kind of slowly putting me down or quickly putting me down. But you have to own who you are, the good, the bad. So I don't know if you know this about me. When I get nervous, when I'm overwhelmed, I get ridiculously clumsy. I mean, clumsy. And I had a husband who it pissed him off so bad.
That you were clumsy.
And the more we were in angst, the more clumsy I would get. So, I mean, it could be like, I could accidentally
just knock over my rosé
hole.
that I would be really upset about.
All this. And then I would feel myself sweating. But I remember that as a child, right? And when I was anxious and it was like, I was clumsy. And I remember it was like, oh my God, Andrea's so clumsy. But I realized it was like, it's an anxious thing. If I'm overwhelmed, and that's when I can tell. If I notice myself being really clumsy, I'm like, oh, you know, what's really going on? But that's who I am.
But let me say this.
Right?
You said when we start to change ourselves for someone.
Right.
I want everyone to understand that means that we are forcing things. The moment you start to change, you're starting to force things.
Yeah. But to tie all that in is the fact that, you know, these are who you are is who you are, and people have to be able to love you, you know, when you're great, when you're not great.
Imagine that.
When you get hangry, when you are overwhelmed, like, you know, people can't just say, I love you when you do these things and you fit this box. It has to be like, are you going to love me? Right.
But that's what people do. And then what do we start to do, ladies?
We try to
conform.
Stay. Right. We try to stay.
We try to make that person happy.
And we're like, okay, they don't like when we're this way, so let's try to stay. And then the more you do that, the harder it gets. And I know
that's how you know
I've
it's
been in
not
that
until
situation.
you're not in alignment. That's how you know. Because you're trying to force something. You're trying to change yourself. If you have to change yourself to be in a relationship, that is not your relationship. I promise you. I've done it. I've been in relationships where I dimmed my light. I'm a very loving person. I'm a very loving person. I love for people to be around me. I love to make people feel loved. I love to heal people with love. And one of my ex-husbands, that's right, I've been married 3 times and divorced 3 times. Not proud of it, but at the same time, I know it made me who I am today. So it's okay.
And
don't regret.
There are some people that I'm sure are watching and are probably like, well, what y'all bitches up around here talking? Because y'all ain't got no men.
Actually, you don't know what we have, but that's number one.
But regardless, you know.
But we've learned that like changing yourself, it's not going to work. Why do you want to change yourself anyway? You are who God created you to be. So the moment you have to start changing yourself for another human being, I'm telling you right now, that means you're not in alignment with them. They are not your person. And that's control. And when people try to control you, that's their insecurity as well. So understanding that was a huge lesson for me to learn about one of my relationships that helped me to get out, where I was like, I used to think, it meant that he cared about me so much. He really cares. He wants to know where I am. He wants to know where I got to check in every 30 minutes. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to FaceTime. I got to do that. I got to do all these things that I'm like, this is just weird. But if that makes him feel better or whatever, no, that's control.
That is control.
Which means he's insecure.
Right.
Which means he already knows that you are the shit, number one, and that he can't keep you there unless he's trying to control you.
It is
so know that.
Total control.
So know that. But I will say, like, dating over 40 for me has been really exciting, interesting, and introspective in a way of becoming more self-aware and understanding who I am and being okay with who I am, whether it's clumsy, funny, goofy, whatever it is, because I know so for you women who are professional women who make a lot of money, even if you don't make a lot of money, whatever. If you're taking care of your family, your kids, whatever, you're self-sufficient and you're dating, it's okay to tell a person up front, I'm going to date a few different people because I'm trying to figure out what's for me. I want to know what feels right. I'm going to go with my gut. I'm going to go with my energy. I'm going to go with what feels like I'm aligning with what's for my greater good. It's okay to tell people up front, you should be honest. You really should be honest and just say that. Men actually do respect that and appreciate that. They may go a little harder, but my thing is, if you got to go harder because you think I'm dating other men, you're probably not my guy anyway.
Right. So this is where we're not in alignment. I'm not a bench girl, right? I don't know. Hey, let me tell you, I don't know enough men to even.
Well, I know a lot of guys. I'm a guy's girl. We've talked about that before.
But even if I knew enough men to have a bench, I'm very linear, right? I got so much stuff on all other aspects of life that if I had to also juggle dating multiple men,
it's not. I'm not gonna say it's fun.
I would be like, I wouldn't even be able to call. I don't have to give everybody the same nickname because I would be like, who am I with now?
But she's super professional and she has a lot going on also, work-wise and all these things, right? But my thing is, I have everything. Like, I feel like I can do anything on my own. I can take care of myself. I have my own home. I have my own car. I have a great job. I have all these things that I don't really want a job. I'm getting ready to do away with a lot of that because I'm an entrepreneur.
We're not gonna.
But
thank you, Jesus.
Yes, but
paychecks.
Yes, thank you, God, for paychecks. But I have all these things, but I really don't have anybody to share it with.
Okay.
And that makes me sad because I'm like, I deserve to have a great man. So that's going to lead us, that's a great segue into what I started doing, which is I started listening to Bob Proctor, and he talks about how to attract a specific person into your life. So ladies, stop looking all the time. Stop like, oh, I don't go anywhere. I'm never going to meet anybody. Be careful with your self-talk. How about let's attract that person? So what I did was I created a diagram.
It's so good.
I did. I created a diagram. It's a circle. Oh, there she goes. And it has little legs on it. And I wrote out everything that I want in a partner. And
I'm gonna pull it up.
There she goes. See,
look at that.
So there's Jay-Z and Beyonce because that says power couple, right?
So
but then
I'm
on there,
Sierra
read what it
Russell
says that I want. Can you? You can't see anything.
I can. Man, life partner of my dreams, like that. So I was Best New Actress in a drama at Elizabeth City State University's University Players. Diana, I said, Lord, say your name wrong. Deanna would like someone who is honest, intelligent, thoughtful, likes to travel, chivalrous. That word. Happy, at peace, financially independent, genuine, a kind person, great sense of humor, so they can laugh.
That's a key.
Adores me.
And my children. That's right.
Healthy, in shape, available.
That's the word.
Excellent communicator. Into personal growth and healing.
Huge.
Respects himself and others. So I love this.
I look at that every day. I have a meditation area. I look at that every day, and I thank God and the universe for sending that specific person to me, because we're going to meet guys all the time, right? We're going to meet men all the time, professional men, whatever, blue collar men, it doesn't even matter. Right. You will know when someone makes you feel like they're enhancing your life. You already have a great life. I don't need someone to come in and give me a good life.
Right.
I need someone to come in and laugh with me, to deal with me when I am sad, to travel with me and enjoy the world and life, because life, we say it all the time, it is very short.
Right.
It could be over in 5 minutes, honestly.
Don't speak it.
But it could be. No, I'm just saying, like, we have to always be conscious of
Right.
that and understand that you were created for greatness. You weren't created to be in a relationship where someone's talking down to you, where they are abusing you physically and mentally, emotionally, where your children feel like, if you feel like something's off,
Right.
it's off.
So to tie into the whole dating over 40 and I don't even think it's just over 40, I think it's in general, but oftentimes when you are over 40, if you're in a single space, you know, we would hope that your career is at a certain point, your children are, you know, potentially, if you have children, maybe you don't. So there's a couple conversations, but let's say you're dating over 40 and you have children, right? You know, it's important to think about how that person is going to come into your life and how he's going to interact with your children. Blending a family is not easy. I know that firsthand. So, you know, that's something that's important. Another thing, I have a really good guy friend, and I only have a few, but this is one of them. And he knows a woman who's never been married and no kids. He's in the process of a divorce. He has children. You know, he doesn't know if he wants more children. That's a really important conversation to have because, and it's important to be honest about it. I know women, too many actually to name, that will say, oh, I'm okay with it because they really just want to get the guy. Mm-hmm. But you have to be honest. If your desire is to get married and to have children or one or the other, and you're with someone who is on the fence about it, and you are over 40 or you're getting close to it, you have to be honest with yourself and say, you know what? I know what I want and need. And since you're not there, I have to have faith that that person's going to be out there that's going to want the same thing.
And being okay with letting go of a good situation. Like, you can be in a good situation. I've met some incredible men. Incredible ladies. Like, incredible men who I say to myself, whoever gets that guy, they're going to be blessed. They're going to have a great relationship. But I had to let go because I knew it wasn't for me.
Right. And I think that's the most important thing of dating, especially as you get to 40 or over, is to really be honest about what you want. Mm-hmm. Because at this point and at this age and, you know, honestly, I feel like if I thought the way that I do now, you know, oftentimes you have to kind of go through the trenches to realize it. But it's like, you know what? It's like, if I was really honest, I probably would not have been in the situation I was in.
And when you look back now, I think to myself personally, I'm like, I would never even look at that person. I would never even give that person an opportunity. But it's because what do you say? You date at the level of
your self-esteem. And again, it doesn't necessarily mean it is self-esteem in the sense of it could be bad, it could be good, it could be just where you are. And there are times that you are in a space that maybe you're very much like, you know what? The optics of this are right.
Optics are one thing, though.
Or on paper, this should be right.
But you gotta feel.
This should be right.
You gotta feel.
And I will tell you, I read something. It said, and you're probably gonna be like, no, that's not right. But I read that first marriages, you go in kind of in this direction, right? Second marriages, you often are so focused on doing everything totally opposite of the first marriage that if that one fails, it's basically because you were trying to do everything on the opposite, right?
It's possible.
So then they say third marriages are the ones that you're supposed to have your shit together. It might be fourth marriages. Who knows, right? But the point is, I think if you're honest often about kind of what your motives were, and you really dive into that, that's how you have an understanding of what you need and what you want. Yeah. And the biggest thing I think about dating over 40 or 38 or 35 or whatever is truly being honest about who you are, what you want, what you need, and what you deserve. And that's male or female.
Absolutely. And I'm kind of like a anti-marriage person now. But don't listen to me. Girl, I'm just saying that, like, I feel like I want to Oprah and Stedman it. I feel like if we are connected and our souls are connected and we respect each other and we are really good friends and we never want to hurt one another and we just want to help each other in life to grow, why do I need to go sign a piece of paper?
Right.
I know a lot of us have been conditioned that way. Like, oh, get married. You know, you see the movies, the TV shows, the religion, all of that. Get married, have children, you're going to live a happy, long life. If you're broken and he's broken and then we're saying come together and have a healthy relationship, sorry, sis, not going to work.
Right.
But if you feel connected to that person and that you know that that's a person who you would never want to hurt, you would never want to do anything that would ever disrupt their life or their peace, and they feel the same way about you, that's enough. You can put them on your life insurance as beneficiaries. You don't have to get married for them to have whatever it is that they need or deserve or whatever when you are gone.
Right.
That's another misconception.
Right.
I hate that.
No, and it's funny you say that because, I don't know if I'll ever get married again. I honestly, as of today, January, whatever, 8th, 9th.
What are we? The 9th.
I don't know if I'll get married again. I know that I'm not going to be single for the next,
you can't.
46 years, because I'm claiming I'm going to live at least till I'm 90.
I'm sure, because she's sassy.
Right?
So.
I'm going to be that old lady. Y'all going to be
that
like,
girl.
I'm going to be like, if she don't go sit her old self down. But my big thing, what's more important to me is I'd rather be, if I'm in a situation where I feel completely safe, healthy, happy, that person feels safe, healthy, happy. We are in a beautiful space of just being our true selves.
Mm-hmm.
A title should not change that.
So ladies.
That's what society is requiring.
She just said it.
If it's about us and we're doing this thing and we
Stop worrying about
even your friends. I'm not even talking about society as the government. I'm talking about if your friend's like, you've been with him for a year and he hasn't proposed, what's he got going on? I don't give a damn. I don't need to be Facebook famous. I don't need to have an Instagram authenticating my relationship. It's not that it's being hidden.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
but you are protecting it though. You have to protect
it
from judgment.
Should be truly about who you're with.
Mm-hmm.
And the moment you start saying, well, I feel this way because, you hear your girlfriends or your, whatever you're reading or that noise, then you're losing what it's really about.
But stop trying to force things and stop trying to make everybody else happy. I mean, I think for you and me, we've hurried up, gotten married, done all these things that we thought were just gonna, everybody's like, oh, you should do this, you should do that, just do this, just do that. And then you're like, oh, I'm gonna be happy because I'm doing this and I'm doing that. But really, you never felt like you were settled.
If I'm honest, absolutely.
I never felt settled. Not that I didn't have some decent guys around, because I did.
Yeah.
I would even...
And there were moments. You can't probably say there wasn't all bad moments, but I definitely remember a plenty of times where I was in the shower. That's my hidden space to cry.
Where I cry.
Because when
too.
the water's flowing, it's like it didn't really
happen.
Some
good music on.
But I have definitely been in the shower and I've been like, Lord, I prayed for this, I asked for this, but why am I not happy at all?
Mm-hmm.
And then I felt guilty because I felt actually like before we're a little over our time, but in truth and transparency, I remember being like, I know women that have never been married, they don't have kids, and this is what they would want, and I'm standing here in the shower crying, wishing I could go back and make a different decision.
Mm-hmm. But because you weren't being true to yourself.
Suck it up.
But you weren't being true to yourself ever. And that's our whole point that we want to drive home.
Right.
Be true to yourself. Stop worrying about what everybody else and the world tells you that you should be doing, and do what feels right inside, and ask God and the universe and your source or whomever that is to help you to be in alignment with all of the things that you deserve.
That are for you, for sure.
You can do it. If we can do it.
We're
you can
gonna
do it. You can do it. So, and then we'll get into more things about, sometimes we get it with guys that they don't know how to love us. They might want to, but they don't know how. And that's not your problem.
Cheers to the men that know how to love.
I'm speechless because I keep aligning with the God and the universe who keeps sending me people who just love and adore me, and I'm so thankful, and it feels so good. And sometimes it's okay to let certain people go, though. Ladies, I know, I feel like a lot of us are trapped, right? We're in these great situations that feel so good, and
maybe they're not great. Maybe they're
just
better than our last. So because it's better than our last,
doesn't mean it's for us.
We think, well, he's better than that last.
Doesn't mean it's for us, but it doesn't mean he's a bad person. It just means that we may not be aligned. So please just keep asking for alignment. And all these things are going to happen, and people are going to come, and you're going to be like, wow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andre and Deanna.
So there we go.
There we go. So cheers to you and your healthy relationships that are coming and on the way.
Right.
And if you like us and we're motivating your spirit or soul, please share, comment, and that will help our channel to be able to bless other women like you.
That's right.
But we thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
And we wish you nothing but wealth, health, and prosperity, and
love. That was cute.
Peace.